Hi, fourth years, how are you? Today we're going to be revising each of the characters in the Sailmaker. Now, unlike real life people, these characters, Alec, Davy the dad, Billy and his son Ian, they are in some ways a collection of ideas that Alan Spence, the playwright, wants us to notice, wants us to think about. So, for example, any of the ways that the characters either change or any of the problems that they have in the play are usually some of the key social messages that Alan Spence wants you to really think about. So, for example, if we take Davy the dad, what are his problems? Right, he's never got over the death of his wife. As a result of that, he's not there for his son. And he falls into a kind of depression, which he drinks to get through. He's lost his job, and money as a result is really, really tight. All those problems are massive. So let's take the first one. He doesn't get over the death of his wife. Well, why doesn't he? What are we doing to men in the 1950s that they can't express pain and grief? They just have to suppress it, keep it down, and not ever talk about their feelings. I mean, we're still suffering a little bit from that today, to be honest, which is why male suicide is still far higher than female suicide in young men, because they still feel that it's not okay to be weak and to cry and to feel all those natural things that you should feel if you've lost someone, for example. So that's a huge problem. This pressure we put on men to be strong and, Alan Spence does not agree with that. Another thing he doesn't agree with is how Davy is just basically been left on the scrap heap. Where's the government in helping the industry that collapsed? Why is sailmaking a redundant skill? It's such an important set of skills to have. Why can't he find any other work? Why isn't the government helping him? Why are the families so poor? These are key questions that, quite honestly, Alan Spence is angry about and wants, to challenge. Why did this happen? But he does give us solutions to things as well, like some of the way that Alec changes in the play. Alec, he's a little boy and he grows up, and his dad, he's got a lot of flaws, his dad, but one of the great things is he gives him good advice about education, being a way out of poverty. And as a result, Alec changes throughout the play. You can always see him changing when you can listen to his accent. When he's a young kid, he's got a thick Scottish accent, and when he's older, it's more standard English, more English sounding. So right at the start of the play, for example, you remember Alec sounding very English, which means he's an older man having a flashback to the time he found out that his mother was dead. And then if his language changes to proper Scots language, he's younger. The sad thing is, one of the questions Alan Spence is definitely asking is, why is it that Davy almost has to move away from his community to get a better life? Sorry, Alec the son, Davy's the dad. Why is that? Why does he have to change to be successful? Why does his voice have to sound more English? What's going on there? So again, Alan Spence doesn't always give you the answer to these problems. He just highlights them as, wrong sometimes. Sadly, the biggest tragedy in the play is Davy and Alec grown apart. And that is really shown through the ship. Time and time again, the boat, will you please just make a sail for the boat, because the kid wants to be close to his dad, but that never happens, and the boat ends up getting burnt. Because why? Because they're so poor. So try and think about, every character has a set of problems, set of flaws, but they also have, good points, which Alan Spence certainly does want to celebrate. Things like, Davy, he's very knowledgeable. He's an educated, clever man. He used to work hard. He used to have a great sense of self-esteem. And, he does his best to look after his son. Even Billy and Ian. So Billy, again, looks after his family, helps him out with an financial bother. But the downside to him is he's a bit not racist. He's sectarian. He's got sectarian beliefs. He slags off the Catholics. So good and bad are there for each characters. First thing I'd like you to do is to listen to a summary of the characters on Bite Size. Then I would like you to finish the sentence starters by finishing them and maybe referring to a moment in the play where you can really see some of those ideas. And last of all, take a multiple choice quest on Bite Size to see how you get on. And the good thing about multiple choice is it gets marked immediately, so you'll know if you're on the right track or not. Okay, so that's today's work. So thinking about characters as like a kind of bundle of ideas that Alan Spence wants you to think about. Have a great day, 4th years. Bye.